Okay, so today we are doing the Unpopular Opinions book tag, which is a tag that I've already done a few times, but I just don't think it gets old because there's so many answers to these questions, and I feel like the more books I read, the more I want to do it again because I have new answers to these questions. So I'm doing it again, but I will be careful not to repeat the answers as much as I can. Speaking of unpopular opinions, let's talk about Skillshare. We're gonna pretend that segue made sense and that the scenery change is both intentional and natural. Skillshare is an online learning platform with over 25,000 classes on a plethora of different topics where you can learn and grow. You can improve on your hobbies, you can build your knowledge, you can study different career paths, and you can learn other languages, as well as a lot of other things. They have business tools. You guessed it, they have it. Skillshare is a platform that I've been using for quite a while and I really love. It's been useful for myself in reading more efficiently and studying Spanish, trying to get better at Spanish, and it's been useful for my husband for his photography. Premium membership gives you unlimited access to all of their classes and it's under $10 a month, and you get 2 months free if you use my link that's in the description. Check it out if you haven't already, and if you have, sign up with a different email and check it out again. Just kidding, but for real, I really do recommend this platform. They're fantastic, and you should just go after the video, because, you know, watch the video. Seriously though, I love this platform. I highly recommend them. You will find a class that interests you, so check them out if you haven't already. I'm gonna breeze right through the first two questions because I just don't even think they're all that interesting, and I'll give you some quick answers for both of those, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty questions. So the first question is, what's a popular book or series that you didn't like? I just feel like I talk about this often enough that nothing's really all that surprising. Some recent ones that I haven't enjoyed are Nevernight, The Blinding Knife, and A Wise Man's Fear. Y'all know this. We talk about it often enough. The next one is, what is a popular book or series that everyone seems to hate but you love? Keeping it fairly recent. Actually, one of them that I wanted to mention is The Picture of Dorian Gray, which isn't really all that recent, but it's a book that I've hyped a lot on my channel, especially around the time of me reading it, and I've gotten so much feedback of people saying that they did not like it. So, I mean, I still love it. But then the more recent answer for that is the Gentleman Bastard series. It seems like almost everybody that picks up The Lies of Locke Lamora loves it. I have hardly had any feedback of people saying that they didn't like The Lies of Locke Lamora, but there's been a reasonable amount of people that say that they didn't love book 2 as much as book 1, and then a good amount of people saying that they didn't like book 3 nearly as much as the other two. I don't have any complaints. I love the series. I love all 3 books. I think that they're all perfect. Book 4 could potentially go in a direction that I don't like based off of something that happens at the end of book 3, but I have full faith in Scott Lynch, so I'm not worried about it. I don't know, y'all. I get it. I've talked to you guys about it, and I get it. I just don't agree. I think it's amazing. Okay, next. What is a love triangle in a book or series where the main character ended up with the person that you did not want them to end up with? Last time I mentioned To All the Boys I Loved Before. I still think it deserves an honorary mention because, but then also something that I mentioned in a recent video, something that I don't even know. I don't even think this is super unpopular. I feel like the majority of us weren't pleased with how this turned out, and that's Oathbringer. No spoilers here, but I think that the person that the triangle is focused on didn't treat either of the interests well. So I would have just liked for that whole thing to not happen at all. Let's keep everybody single for the moment. But, you know, Sanderson does what he wants. Again, I do have faith in Sanderson, so hopefully book 4 will make me change my mind. Let's hope. Let's dream, shall we? What is a popular book genre that you hardly ever reach for? That's historical fiction. I actually made a goal at the beginning of this year, some genres that I really just haven't given enough of my time, that I wanted to give more time towards. Manga, which isn't a genre, I know, but it's one of the things that I mentioned. Science fiction, which I have been giving a lot more of my time this year, and I enjoy some of them, I don't enjoy others, but I feel like I think I'm figuring out my niche with science fiction, so we'll see. I'm still going to be playing with it some more this year. Horror, which turns out I love, light horror. I mean, I guess I have a niche for that as well. And then the thing that's the real answer for this is historical fiction, because that was one of the things on my list that I was going to be trying to read more of this year, and I've not been doing it. I've read one historical fiction and I loved it. What's wrong with me? I loved it. Why am I not reading more? For real, what's wrong with me? It's just a genre that I don't reach for, and it's not because I don't like it, it's because I just don't reach for it. What's a popular or beloved character that you do not like? So I did just recently do like a joking video where I roast a bunch of characters. Most of you guys didn't take it personally. I'll link it there if you're interested. But okay, let's talk about that for a second. Oh yeah, the character I wrote down for this. Ooh, all right, fine, let's do it. I know this is an unpopular opinion, so if you agree with me, let's chat in the comments. If you don't, I know you're gonna yell at me, and it's fine. It's Sazed. It's not that I don't like Sazed, it's that I didn't love him by the end. And it's not even for good reasons. The man went through some things, and his reaction to the things, Sanderson did a great job at portraying grief realistically. He did a great job at it. I hated it so much. And grief is something, it's not something that I dislike reading about. Y'all know this about me, but dadgummit. His perspective. We spend a lot of time in Sazed's head near the end of this trilogy. And his being in his head was so repetitive. And I know that Sanderson did a great job with it, because when you're in grief, your mental state is very repetitive. You go around in circles and you just think the same stuff over and over again, and you grieve over and over and over again, and it consumes you. And Sanderson did a great job at that, but it didn't make it fun to read. Sazed's perspective got so daggum repetitive that I, by the end of the trilogy, was just like, kill him off or something. Like, I'm just so tired. That's so mean. But I was just so tired of being inside the man's head. And it's not good. Like, it's not a good reason. I know that I just made, like, a lot of you guys upset, because Sazed's portrayal was so well done. But I got so tired of reading that portrayal that I just wanted out. He's not a good character to not like by the end of the trilogy, but them's is the ways. Okay, who is a popular author that you can't get into? Jay Kristoff. I didn't like Nevernight at all, and I DNF'd Lifelike, and I'm probably not going to try any more of his books. What is a popular book trope that you are tired of seeing? Oh, man. Okay, this is a fairly recent one that I'm tired of. And I haven't talked about it on my channel yet, and I'm not sure how I feel about talking about it, but here we go. I am sick and tired of gender ruling. I'm sick and tired of gender power. Obviously, we know it's not an uncommon thing, specifically in fantasy, for like the men to have all the power and the women to be suppressed, right? And there's a whole bunch of conversation around it. We have this thing that's happening a lot where the tables are flipped and the women are the ones in power and the men are the ones that don't have enough power. I'm currently going through The Wheel of Time. That's a series that did this. It's not a recent series, but there's tons of series that do this. There's so many series that do this. And I'm just tired of it on either side. I'm so freaking sick of all the men having the power and the women having nothing, or all the women having the power and the men having nothing, and there's this big dynamic, and I'm so tired of all the conversation that goes around it. I'm tired of, no matter what book I talk about, everybody in my comments is talking about how flawed and sexist it is. Either it's sexist because the men don't have any power, or it's sexist because the women don't have any power. It doesn't matter. Somebody's angry. I'm mostly just tired of the conversation surrounding when we pit men and women against each other in a fantasy world. Can we just stop? Because I'm tired of getting comments on my videos of this person being mad and then this person also being mad about the exact opposite thing because either the men have more power or the women have more power. I'm just tired of it. I've seen it too many times. It's starting to look really lazy when books are recently coming out, doing the same thing, and I'm tired of the conversation surrounding it. What is a popular book or series that you have no interest in reading? The Poppy War. I don't know that this is as popular. I feel like the second book just came out in the series, I think, and I don't really see hardly anybody talking about it, so I don't know that it's as popular anymore, but book one certainly was, and it's just not something that interests me at all. What is a movie or TV adaptation of a book or series that you like more than the books? So this is the one where I have to repeat myself because I really don't watch adaptations often enough to have opinions, and last time I said To All the Boys I Loved Before because it's one of the only adaptations I've watched recently, and I still say the same thing. I liked the movie pretty well, and I don't love the book so much. I think that the love interest is a whole lot better in the movie than in the book, or at least in the first one. So there you go. There's my opinion on that. It's the same opinion as last time. Sorry. That's the whole tag. Feel like I got a little bit aggressive there at the end. That's the whole tag. Let me know your thoughts. If you have some answers to some of these questions, I'd love to chat with you about it some more. Bring on the angry comments. What can be done? I post videos every Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'll see you guys again soon.